One of the most common questions I get as a performance creative consultant is how important is the copy? Like more specifically, how important is the primary text on your ad unit? So your primary text is definitely a variable, and when used properly can help you more deeply qualify people or even incite interest in your brand or product. And while I have found that testing your copy can increase conversion rates on your Facebook ads, it's not nearly as important as making sure that your creative is as dialed in as possible. With that said, over the last few years, I have found a number of primary text copy strategies that have worked really, really well. And I often guide brands to use this type of copy with the creatives that I've made for them. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, to make things really simple, you really only have two options when it comes to developing the primary text copy for your ads. You have short form and long form. And ultimately, you should experiment with both and ultimately have a combination of both in your ad account at any given time. So let's take a step back. I actually made a YouTube video about a year ago that went over the several options that you have for making primary text copy on your ads. This included a short form option, a medium form option using bullet points, long form founders copy, short form statistics copy, review testimonial copy, and offer based copy. Now I'll have this linked in the description below, so please take a look at that if you want to get an overview of those type of primary text copy options. However, my perspective has shifted on this a bit. In fact, when I'm analyzing a brand's primary text copy, I'm mostly just looking for, hey, do they have a combination of short form and long form content? Why or why not? So the way that I like to look at these strategies now is dividing them in between short form and long form. So let's dive into these. For short form content, we're really looking for anything that is one sentence or even less, potentially two sentences if the sentences are quite short. And really common strategies you can use here are things like meet the brand or meet the product. I also see this really popular for product drops. This is also a really excellent strategy for a discount or for promos or for special holidays because they really stick out. One of my biggest annoyances when brands hide a discount code all the way at the bottom of their copy, but you actually have to click see more to see it. So many people are missing that. That's why you should do something short form here. I also find that short form primary text copy tends to work really well with DPA ads or DABA or dynamic product ads. The reason why I make sure that all brands are testing at least some form of short form copy is because this is going to help delivery on Instagram. Think about it. When someone is going through their Instagram feed, you can only really see the first two lines of text. So the shorter that your primary text is, that's going to be a lot better for delivery and the experience on Instagram. Now let's move into long form. I've actually seen that long form primary text has changed quite a bit more since the video that I posted. Now, of course, I still am seeing a few founder story ads. I definitely think that is something that's worth trying. However, I'm not seeing as many medium form, strictly bullet point style of ads. And I think, again, part of the reason why that is because the delivery of those is weird on Instagram. But what I am seeing a lot more of is long form educational content that will have a bullet point aspect in it, generally towards the bottom. I'm also seeing a lot of brands here lead their long form content with testimonials, but I'm not seeing as many brands do the testimonial laundry list, so to speak. A lot of brands tend to shy away from using long form, but I actually find that it's a really great way to qualify your audience. Think about it. If they are invested enough to read and learn more about you, and there's actually a lot more content for them to dive into, they're going to come out of that experience being a lot more qualified to click on your ad, go through your landing page, and ultimately convert. So that's why I really stress the importance with brands and with advertisers about being able to test into two different types of copy, the short form copy as well as the long form copy. Because ultimately you're going to be able to reach different types of people with those two copy options. All right, and that's the end of this lesson. I'll see you in the next module.